What is just your take on what he is doing and just how disrespectful I feel like he is to players and now his co-host as well?
Openly disrespectful.
So I don't like the guy. The way he's treating Shannon, clearly, hey, Tom Brady is the GOAT. We get that.
We get it.
You don't have to,
Shit on your man. That's your man, though, right? You don't have to shit on Shannon like that.
But first of all, this dude in the Hall of Fame, he won 3 Super Bowls.
He was nice.
He ain't chopped liver.
Right.
He ain't chopped liver. Skip, to me, these guys are real people. And I don't mind you criticizing guys. Right. It can never be personal.
Right, that's it.
And one thing I hate about the media, you can tell guys they like and dislike. You can't talk about people on television like that. You have to be fair and honest with people. And I think he is. You can tell who he likes. You can tell who he dislikes because he makes it personal. Like, you can't say bad stuff about LeBron James.
But everything out your mouth can't be bad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible. And I've said this before. I think LeBron James is the greatest sports story of all time. You know, you look at Kobe, Kevin, Garnett, Tracy McGrady. I think those probably 3 of the greatest straight to high school players to
Dwight.
the pros.
Yeah, that's probably
Dwight.
Yeah.
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
But they all struggled in the beginning.
He's been in his prime since day one.
Day one. That's why I said, for him to come into the NBA at 18 years old, he was really good. We had his first game, I think, on TNT.
Sacramento.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He played really good.
Mm-hmm.
But in this generation with social media, he's never gotten in trouble. He's lived up to all the hype.
Brought his boys along.
Yes. I think it's probably the greatest story in sports history.
I agree.
To be the number one, be as good from 18 and never really get in trouble in this society where people are out to get you.
Phones everywhere.
Everywhere. I think it's probably the greatest sports story of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just amazing what he's accomplished, what he's did, and never gotten in trouble.
Yep.
But Skip's disrespect toward him, I do not like it.
Yeah.
He's been rewarded so much.
Mm-hmm. For doing that.
Yeah. The way he has made his money and made his living, I have a problem with it. Because, man, if you make it to the pros, you're a hell of a player.
Period.
I tell people, hey, is everybody LeBron or KD? No. But that number 12 guy on an NBA team, his journey is amazing.
Yeah, his story is amazing.
If you get to be one of the best 400 basketball players in the world.
And less than 5,000 to ever even play in the game.
Yes. And, man, I love these guys. That little stupid ball has given me every single thing in my life. I ain't never had no real job. Yeah. And don't want one.
Don't want one.
Don't want one. Hey, I admire these dudes who go, men and women who work 9 to 5, and they're doing it for $27,000 a year.
With a smile on their face.
And I'm like, damn, I admire you, but I don't want that shit. I want to dribble that little stupid-ass ball up and down the court.
Easier, yeah.
I want to stay in the Four Seasons in the Ritz-Carlton. I want to travel the country. I tell these guys, man, we the luckiest dudes in the world.
By far. Whenever
I get ready to kill over, I just want to be able to say, thank you, big fella. I can't believe this.
Yeah, for real.
I like, man, because of that little stupid-ass ball, I done seen the world. I remember one time I was sitting at the White House with President Obama. I was like, because my hometown only got a couple thousand people. I'm from Leeds, Alabama. Shout out to Leeds. A couple thousand people. And growing up in the projects, I'm thinking like, I ain't even thinking about sports. I only started playing basketball because I wanted to go to college for free. Never thought I was gonna make it to the NBA. And I was like, sometimes when I go home and visit, I was like, man, I grew up in that project right over there. And I'm like, because of that little stupid ass ball, I'm like, I can't believe 60 years later. And I was just sitting there looking at him, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. A little kid from Leeds, Alabama's in the White House. And I got one of my most prized possessions is, and I was laughing. He said, Chuck, you ever been in the Oval Office? I said, oh yeah, we go there all the time. And I said, Mr. President, hell no, I ain't never been to the Oval Office. And there's a picture. He says, let me show you the Oval Office. And, you know, he always with a photographer. And I didn't even notice the photographer, to be honest with you. A month later, it's a picture, got on my wall, cherish it. It's me and him standing in the Oval Office. And I can say, I didn't even notice the photographer heating up his ass. He's like standing back, taking pictures with the president. And President Obama sent me this picture of me and him standing. And I remember getting a text from all my friends telling me like, yo, man, we so proud of you. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're like, yo, man, there's a picture on the internet of you and President Obama in the Oval Office. I said, I haven't seen it. And it came like a month or two later. And when I got the picture, I'm like, damn, man, this is so crazy and awesome. My little hometown, seeing me in the Oval Office with the President of the United States, a black president of the United States, with all the racial bullshit that's went on in Alabama.
Yeah.
They're like, a black president, you in the Oval Office from a town of a couple thousand people. It was amazing.